Okay, so to continue with our Key Stage 2 revision of grammar, we're going to have a look at the very basics. Sentence. A sentence. What is a sentence? We all know what a sentence is really, but can we define it? What's the difference between a bunch of words grouped together and a sentence? Well, what if I was to tell you the essentials of a sentence needs three things? You need three things for a sentence to be a sentence. A complete sentence. You can pause the video if you like and have a think about it. What are those three things? Okay, so it needs to start with a capital letter. It needs a full stop at the end. I'm sure most people got these. What else does it need? What's number three? What must it have? It also needs a verb. A verb is an action word, a doing word, something that progresses things along. Now, what you can do is stick some words together which sort of makes sense. The blue donkey. That makes sense. It's got a full stop. It's got a capital letter, but it doesn't have a verb. There's no verb there. So without a verb, that is in fact not a proper sentence. Anyone know what we would call that? How about a sharp corner? A sharp corner. We call this a phrase. This is called a phrase. Now, if you put some words together that do include a verb, let's have a look. I found, that's our verb, a sharp corner. Full stop. Now that has a verb in it, we call this a clause. Now, sentences have at least one clause in it. In fact, as we'll learn later on, or as we have already learned, but we will revise later, you can have more than one clause in one sentence. But you must have at least one. So, I found a sharp corner. I've got a verb, I've got a capital letter, I've got a full stop, I have a sentence. Okay, so, next bit of revision. Now we know what a sentence is. A sentence is something which has a full stop, something that has a capital letter, something that has at least one verb. We'll call that one clause, at least one clause. A group of words containing a verb are a clause. Without the verb, you just have a phrase, which doesn't constitute enough for it to be a verb. Sorry, for it to be a sentence. Now you have four different types of sentences. If you look at any sentence, you can break it up into one of these four. I've written four sentences down here. Kind of tells a little narrative, I like it. This llama is broken. Take it to the llama hospital. Do you think we can fix it? Oh, wonderful. It's fixed. There's four different kinds of sentences here. Now, those of you who think they know the answer to this might be a little bit confused because I've got two exclamation marks here, yet I've told you there's four different kinds of sentences. So, why have I done that? Well, first of all, let's have a think about what the four types of sentences are. If you think you already know, write them down. Pause the video and write them down. 4 different types of sentences. What are they? You have a statement, question, you have an exclamation. The final one, well done if you got the final one. The final one is a command. Statement, question, exclamation, and command. So how about the 4 examples I gave earlier? Let's see if I can fit both of these in. I'm going to move my plant. Okay, so which one of those is a statement? Which one of those is a question? Which one of those is the exclamation? Which one of those is command? I'm thinking that currently you're thinking, well, these are both exclamations because they have exclamation marks. Well, that's not necessarily true. Just because something's got an exclamation mark doesn't mean it's an exclamation. Well, a question, that's probably the easiest, isn't it? Because a question will obviously have a question mark. Do you think we can fix it? So this one is the question. A command is telling somebody or someone or something or a group of people to do something. It's a command. It's saying do this. So which one of those is saying do this? Take it to the llama hospital. Yeah, that's a command, isn't it? Definitely. Take it to the llama hospital. So then one of those last ones is a statement and one of them is a command. An exclamation. Well, let me tell you what they are. A statement is saying either an opinion or a fact. Whereas an exclamation is showing excitement, something that you feel strongly about. So which one of those is just a plain old statement? Even if you took the exclamation mark away, it would still just be a statement. It's just saying something is or is not true. Yeah, that's right. So this llama is broken. The fact that I put an exclamation mark on just means that I want it to sound like it's being shouted. But actually, just because it's got an exclamation mark, it's still a statement. I'm still just saying something is true. Whereas this is more of a feeling, isn't it? This isn't saying something is true. It's a feeling. It's an excited feeling. How wonderful it's fixed. And we always put an exclamation mark at the end of there. In fact, you could put an exclamation mark on this one as well. Take it to the llama hospital. Just because it's got an exclamation mark doesn't mean it's no longer a command. It's just a shouted command. Do you think we can fix it? I could put an exclamation mark at the end of there as well. Still a question. So exclamations have an exclamation mark, but just because a sentence has an exclamation doesn't mean it is definitely an exclamation. This llama is broken. It's a statement regardless of whether it has an exclamation mark or not. How wonderful it's fixed. Usually we find exclamations start with either how or what. What a lovely day. Okay, so I'll set you some questions to go with that. Please watch the Oak Academy lesson as well. I think it's good practice. And then I'll be online at 12 to go through any problems. Also, could you retake the spelling, the plural spelling form for me? Because I think we just need a little bit more practice with that. So could you do that as well today as well?